But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to a special episode of the Combat Sports Report podcast. I'm your host, Alan. That's your co-host, Simkai, and we're gonna break down the MMA news of the day for y'all. Pretty fun weekend ahead. We got UFC 317 and we got PFL.
Yes, sir.
Simkai, this is the semifinals, correct?
Yeah, this is
For
the semifinals for PFL,
for
middleweight,
heavyweight and light heavyweight.
middleweight, middleweight, heavyweight, and light heavyweight.
Middleweight too. Damn. What a treat. We got some fun lightweight fights in here too. Damn. Okay, we got some crazy fights we got to discuss right now. Let's start bottom to top.
Yeah, bottom to top. So
We got
our
Xavier versus Mr. Albrechtsen.
Albertson has a win over Yuri Prohaska.
Yes, he does. In Risen. He fought him in Risen, I believe, twice. He beat Yuri once and he lost to Yuri once. So this is not a walk in the park for Mr. Xavier. Do you know
Oh,
anything about
definitely.
Xavier?
I think he's was undefeated, or I remember he fought. Hold on, let me look it up. Well, I remember he fought. I think Powell, and Powell might have knocked him out. So.
Simeon Powell?
Yeah, Simeon Powell knocked him out.
Half of your
Rafael.
face is cut off.
Oh shit.
Half of your face, some guy.
Okay, you
The
know what?
people want to see you. The people want to see that
Okay. Oh
beautiful
wow. Actually,
face.
never mind. Rafael Xavier is also a veteran. He boasts a 13-8 record fighting out of Germany. Uh, and he is
13 and
fighting Carl Abrexen. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I've got Carl Abrexen. He's faced really tough competition.
13 and 8 record?
Yeah, that's his opponent.
That's
Carl
not that
Abrexen's
great.
14. Carl is 14-7 though. He's not that far off.
I guess, but that's like 50%. That's like you win
Carl, but
two-thirds
I
of your
think
fight.
Carl Lebrechtsen wins, bro. He's
I
gotten.
agree with you, bro. 13 and 8 is like not a good record.
I
I don't know.
mean,
Maybe I'm
okay,
hating,
well,
but
I'll tell you
13.
this. Remember, Raquel Pennington had like 10-8. Was 10-8?
Yeah, that's also I don't get that. How the fuck are you in the UFC and like
No, I mean
I don't know, maybe they're fighting the best of all time and maybe I'm crazy and
she
maybe I'm
became
just
the best
smoking
of all
crack.
time for a second. So
Who?
Pennington, she won the title.
I don't think she's the best of all time.
No, no,
I
no.
don't
I
think
said
she's
I said the best of that time in the division. She won.
you didn't say that. You said best of all time. What you
Oh,
trying to
okay.
say?
Then I made a
We got the
mistake.
recording to prove it, Simca. What the fuck? Why are you trying
Okay.
to gaslight me, huh? Trying to
Bet. But
gaslight me.
yeah, so that's our first
Because
fight.
I'm
It's
Jewish, he wants to gaslight me. It's fucked up.
Yeah, you see that flag there, bro.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I'm
light,
just
but
talking
it's
shit.
the Alan. It's the light heavyweight alternate though. So
It's a fun fight.
yeah,
Whatever.
we
Not too
got
much
a
to dwell on there.
not much left to dwell on. We got a semifinal next. Had a heavyweight,
Mhm.
former UFC fighter Rodrigo Nascimento and Oleg Popov, who's a finisher.
Yeah, Popov looks looking angry, man. Looks very angry, very disappointed
What are you using?
with
Your
Rodrigo
wheelhouse?
Nascimento. I have Popov winning by decision. Nascimento is no joke. He's hard to put away.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah. I think he's too durable. I think he's gonna make it all 3 rounds. Let's
Yeah,
see. Let's see. Oleg Popov is 4-1 in the PFL. Nascimento is 1-0. So experience advantage is pretty heavily in
Nascimento.
no, in Popov's favor.
Okay, but
Four and
how
one.
many of those people Popov has fought are like leveled at
His record is significantly better too, 20 and 2 to 12 and 3.
Okay, I guess. But
And
I don't know.
if you look at the guys Popov fought, they're not bad. Let's pull up his record, right? Oleg Popov,
20 and 2.
right? 20 and 2, but who did he beat is the question.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because Nascimento has lost to pretty big names and has beaten good names. So
He beat Carl Williams his last time out. Popov did, who used to be in the UFC.
yeah.
He lost to Denis Goltsov, the second place finisher, the runner-up in the 2024, I believe,
Yeah, yeah.
PFL heavyweight final.
Goltsov became the champion. He's not in the division right now, but yeah.
Yeah. You have Linton Vassell, who Popov beat, who was like a dominant force in Bellator.
Yeah, he was gonna challenge Ryan Bader for the title.
hmm He fought Davion Franklin. Don't know who that is. Steve Mowry. I think I've heard of Steve Mowry. Steve Mowry at the time had a record of 10-1, 10-1-1.
He fought in
Um,
PFL, but I think he lost.
oh, no fucking way, bro. Popov beat Antonio Bigfoot Silva in 2022.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You can't sleep on Popov. Popov, okay, he's not as big of a name, but the guys he's fighting, they're not slouches,
That's
you
true.
know?
But look at Rodrigo Nascimento beat.
Dude, when Popov was 5-1, he fought somebody that was 41, 21, and 1. That's crazy ballsy, bro. Okay, let's look at Rodrigo Nascimento just to make it fair.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta be fair with this assessment.
Yeah, trying to give it to you guys quickly. Um, Rodrigo Nascimento, his last fight, he beat by decision Abraham Babley. No idea who that is. Before
I
that,
know
he
who that
lost
is.
to, yeah,
Yeah, he was an
five
iron
and one.
guy, but yeah, he lost to
No shame in that.
no, not at
He
all.
Nascimento lost by decision to Alexander Romanov. He lost by knockout to Derek Lewis before that. Before that, he beat Dante Mays. And before that, he beat Ilir Latifi. The fight before that, he beat Tanner Bozer
That's
by
pretty good.
decision. That's a pretty good win.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, actually, where is Tanner Bozer? I don't know if is he
he's
even in the
not.
UFC anymore?
No, he's not. But
Why?
he would. But I don't know. I think he got cut. But
That's so stupid. Tanner Bozer was so fun to watch. What the fuck?
I know. But
Who's
Dan.
in charge of the heavyweight division? Can we talk to them? They're doing a fucking terrible job.
Yeah. Well, Alan. So our next fight actually is a uh.
Moral of the story, Popov beats Nascimento by decision. Don't sleep on him.
Okay. I can somewhat agree with that. But
Okay.
yeah. So our next fight is a featured bout between 2-0 Biagio Ali Walsh. Biagio Ali Walsh is the grandson of
Muhammad
Muhammad
Ali.
Ali, the legend, the boxing legend. He is also the older brother of Nico Ali Walsh, who is currently a middleweight boxer.
That's right.
And he is 2-0 in MMA as an amateur. I believe he has gotten many first round knockouts. And he is fighting a 1-0 lightweight named Ronnie Gibbs. So it's two beginner undefeated guys in their pro scene fighting it out. I would say it's going to get a little nasty.
Nah, I don't. I think Ali Walsh knocks out Gibbs like round one, round two, walks
Round
away
one,
pretty clean.
yeah, I could see that too.
Bro,
He's
they're
got the
feeding him Gibbs. They're feeding him big Gibbs to build up the Ali Walsh name. That's what they're doing for this guy. That's why he's a feature fight on this card.
yeah,
That's
that's
going to get a
true.
lot of attention. This
Then
one, yeah, I don't see.
it
What's his face?
lasting
Gibbs
long.
having a much of a chance. Next fight is
Valentin Moldavsky, 14-4 versus Alexander Romanov, 19-3. This is a good fight.
that's a sick fight. Both
Yeah,
these men should be in the UFC. Both of them.
yeah.
Both
Valentin.
of them.
I hope Valentin maybe wins the tournament and then gets in. We'll see.
That would be very interesting. Moldovsky's 2-1 in the UFC.
Moldavsky?
Sorry, in the PFL.
Romanov fought in the UFC, as we know, was actually pretty.
Roman,
He was undefeated.
huh?
I said Romanov had a good run in the UFC.
Yo, Romanov was a monster. He was tossing people like nobody had ever seen. If you go
Yeah,
back and watch his fight against Rocco Martinez, one of the most dominant wrestling performances I've ever seen in a heavyweight. He
yeah,
suplexed Rocco like twice. Fucking nuts. So I hope he gets back to the UFC. They both deserve to be there, especially now that it's a barren wasteland of a
yeah. That's
division.
true.
Yeah.
Very barren at this point.
Who do you got for that fight?
Valentin Moldavsky. He also trains with the legend himself, Fedor. So,
Mm, I'll give it to him just because Romanov has zero striking on the ground, on the feet.
yeah.
He has
But
zero cardio and zero striking. His thing is grappling and being dominant in grappling, but he does not have much else. At least for now. I hope he proves me wrong.
no,
All
yeah.
right. Next fight, light heavyweight semifinal between Antonio Carlos Jr., Shoeface, versus he's taking on Simeon Powell, who you said knocked out Carl Albrechtsen in the first fight of the night.
Yeah, and
So,
he has a good record. He fought for the PFL European Light Heavyweight Championship,
mhm,
which is the fastest growing PFL sub promotion at the moment. Uh,
fuck yeah.
yeah. So,
Shoeface by submission.
oh yeah,
Shoeface is
100%.
so technical on the ground. He's one of those guys like Paul Craig. Like he can tap you with 5 seconds
Yeah,
left.
dude.
Like
And it's crazy that he's come so far since his UFC run. I remember it.
honestly, yeah. His UFC run was not that impressive. They should get him back, to be honest with you.
I think so
Uh,
too. I mean, he was at middleweight and he wasn't really that good.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he just fought the best guys in the best of their
Yeah,
days, but now he's really come into his prime, you know?
yeah.
And good for him. He's 7-1. He's 7-1 in the UFC with one no contest, 17-6-0. Simeon Powell is 11-1. Experience advantage favors Shoeface. Um, holy fuck. Simeon Powell 6'5".
Yeah,
That's
Simeon Powell's a
crazy.
monster. Yeah.
But somehow they have the same arm reach. So yeah, I'm going Antonio Carlos Jr. Shoeface by submission round three.
I also think that.
Get your own theories, bro.
Nah, bro.
Get your own theories.
Yeah, but
Get
Alan, I know this fight has you literally
Dalton,
elevating
that
everything
one.
up. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, Simkai and I talked a lot about this card before we started the pod. But yes, we're talking about the one, the only, the Dalton Roster card fight versus Aaron Jeffrey. This fight, if you don't know about it, if you don't know, now you know. This
Yeah,
is
he's
potentially
Alan's
fight of the night.
salivating already, guys. He's salivating already at this card.
Salivating
This
about
fight.
two sweaty fucking grown men going at it.
Putting a load
Pause.
in like
No,
Dana
no
White.
Diddy.
You know
No,
the vibes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No baby oil. Anyway, anyway, Dalton
Getting that late
Rosta,
night
he
baby.
is like Paulo Costa. I said this before when we discussed the previous card he was on. Dalton Rosta is like the PFL version of Paulo Costa when Paulo was the eraser. You know, he just marches down. His grappling is solid. He has crazy power. And he's taking on a guy who's very durable and a very good wrestler in Aaron Jeffrey. But
Yeah.
Jeffrey is from Canada.
And Jeffrey's a good
Now I'm
striker.
playing. Now I'm
Jeffrey's a
playing.
good striker, bro.
He is. He is. He does have some knockouts. I feel like every time I see Jeffrey, he has a black eye from training, but he's pretty good everywhere.
Didn't he
Who?
beat Vanderford and Vanderford's in the UFC now?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did beat Vanderford.
That's
He did
crazy.
beat. Yeah, yeah. Good accomplishment. And
If he wins, I think he definitely should get into the UFC. That's my
I
opinion.
agree with you, but also Dalton Rosta in Bellator was a fucking menace. And people forget about this all the time. Let me just pull up his record real quick. First of all, he looks like fucking Hercules. So there's that. Then he has a win. He has a submission win over Sadi Busi, a Bravo choke, which is hard as fuck to pull off. He beat Norbert Novenyi Jr. You know who that is?
No.
Norbert is the main training partner, I think, one of the coaches of Michael Venom Page.
Wow.
Right. So Norbert is also a very talented MMA fighter. So but Dalton Rosta beat Norbert by decision. You know, he lost. Oh wait, they fought before. Dalton Rosta versus Aaron Jeffrey. They fought before. Holy shit! This is
Wait,
a
Rasta and
rematch.
Jeffries fought. Oh shit.
Aaron Jeffrey beat him. He is the person who took Dalton Rosta's O. Aaron Jeffrey's that
Oh,
guy.
this is even crazier now.
Oh my God. Yo, what a fucking fight.
That is a pretty good fight, and it's
He,
also yeah.
uh, go
Alan's
for it.
salivating more now, so that's his problem. I think that's his fight of the night, to be honest, but I could be wrong.
Well, the fight has to happen first, but yes. I agree with you. I think this has the potential and the making to be a
PFL fight.
fucking
Yeah.
war.
It's gonna be a good one.
Bro,
You know what's also gonna be a war though, sir? The trilogy, I believe, of Pettis and Stotts. Is it trilogy or is it rematch?
I think it's the rematch, I believe.
So we got two
Let me
rematches,
Google.
bro.
Okay, we got two rematches, and who do you think wins?
Whew. Sergio Pettis, maybe?
Elaborate, bro. You can't just leave me hanging.
Oh yeah. So I think Sergio Pettis will get him with the striking. I think he'll be a little better than him at that. Rafian Stotts is still dangerous with the wrestling, but I think Sergio Pettis can nullify it. That's just my
Did
opinion.
did they ever fight before?
Yeah, they did. We said this was a rematch.
Yeah, but is that true?
Yes, I feel like I remember they fought.
That fight was canceled, bud, in 2022.
The interim and versus undisputed. I thought they tried to unify.
Sergio has never fought Raufeon Stots, at least not as what's it called? Topology has it. He has three straight losses, which I did not know about. He lost. When the fuck did he do a boxing fight? He did a boxing fight. He lost by decision to Kyoji Horiguchi, who is now in the UFC. He lost to Patchy Mix by submission, who is also now in the UFC. He beat Patricio Pitbull by decision, who is also in the UFC. He beat Kyoji Horiguchi with one of the best knockouts I've ever seen in my
He's
life.
also in the UFC, I guess you
It was
said.
also in the UFC, but that knockout, he threw a head kick from
I
the
saw
clinch. Hold on, let me explain to the crowd
it.
that's watching. Fucking, he throws a head kick from the clinch. Kyoji Horiguchi goes under, thinks he ducks, and Pettis, as soon as he lands, turns that into a spinning back fist and catches him right on the button and shuts his lights out. If you haven't seen it, such a pretty knockout. Check it out. Um, yeah, dude, no. They haven't fought before. This is the first time. They were supposed to fight, but they didn't. I have Sergio Pettis. I think three losses in a row is enough, and I think he wants to win super bad,
Yeah,
and I think he's going to get the win by finish.
perfectly agree with you there. That's
Mm.
our featured fight in the PFL playoffs, and then we also got another semifinal. We got fuck, what's his name? Oh yeah, Phil Davis. He's fighting what's damn it, what's that guy's name again?
Sullivan, Sully, Cauley.
Yeah, Sullivan Colley. I believe he trains Sully Colley with Ryan Bader.
If Sully was a real one, he would change his nickname to Flower Ear. Sullivan, Cauley, Flower Ear. Bro, he has to. He
Yeah.
Flower, at least Flower.
So what do you think
Sully.
is this fight?
Sully 7-1. Phil Davis has been around the 25-7. Phil Davis by knockout. Get the fuck out of here. 25-7. He's been in the UFC. He's been in PFL, in Bellator. He's been everywhere. What the fuck are we talking
And
about?
last fight too. Remember what he did to Rob Wilkinson, the knockout
Oh
guy?
my God, bro.
Ooh.
Dude, Phil Davis, he belongs in the UFC for sure. Don't know why he's there, but since he's not, he's gonna catch a couple bodies. Next, last but not least. I mean, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have any crazy shit to
No,
say?
no,
Like,
I
don't
agree with
fucking.
you fully on that.
Oh, all right, bet. In that case, main event of the night, middleweight semifinal. Leon Edwards, younger, I think, brother,
Yeah,
Fabian Edwards versus Conan Silvera's son, Josh Silvera. So
Josh Silveira is a former double two-weight LFA world champion. He had the LFA middleweight and LFA light heavyweight titles. Was the second person in the promotion to simultaneously hold belts. Um,
he's a monster.
he's a
Uh,
monster. He's fighting Fabian though. Fabian's been up there with the big names. You think Josh Silveira is going to destroy him?
And a new one. This is a new emote.
Do you think Josh Silveira is gonna win? No?
So, do the thing. Why is it not doing the thing?
Yo, who do you think's gonna win though?
It's well, all right, whatever. The effect's not working. I have Josh Silvera. I have Josh Silvera about whatever the fuck he wants. I do not see a single way that Fabian Edwards wins this fight.
Fabian Edwards, I would agree. I mean, Fabian Edwards, I don't know how he's gonna go against that. I feel like he's just gonna get overwhelmed by the pressure of Josh Silveira. Josh is very technical, very good all around. He's gotten submission victories in the first round, knockouts in the first round. He's very dangerous everywhere.
Yeah, he's a dominant fighter, but there are holes in his game, so it's not
Bro,
impossible. I mean, listen, I think it's really unlikely that Fabian wins, but is it impossible? No.
no, not at all.
Mm, let's see what happens, bro. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
If
that's.
Fabian has any shot, it's on the feet. On the ground, it's all Silvera.
I
Silvera's a
mean,
legit black
there's a
belt.
shot
He's a
on the
fucking
on the
monster.
feet definitely more than wrestling, but Josh Silveira will be able to match him. He's dangerous.
Yeah, because he's a jiu-jitsu black belt, like I just said.
No, no,
Fucking,
no, but also on the feet. He's dangerous with his striking.
that's true.
So yeah,
That's
that'll
true.
be our main event, Alan, for the PFL card, and that's actually the day before UFC because the UFC pay-per-view is on Saturday. I think it's starting 6:30, right, Alan?
Okay.
So PFL starts tomorrow. We got the prelims, I believe, at 7:30 or 8, and then the main
CFL.
card starts at 11. Let me.
Prelim starts at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah. Okay, prelims 8:30 and then 11 p.m.
Main card.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Simkai, the real reason we've all assembled here
Oh yeah,
to
100%.
move this shit along is a UF sizzle, my nizzle. Okay. We are watching history in the making. You know what? For this card, let's go top down.
Are
I
you
want to do
sure?
top
You don't
down.
want to get to the exciting part last?
And I don't want to talk about all the fights. I want to keep it short. I want to keep it concise, and I want to talk about the important stuff.
Okay.
The champion has a name, and it's no longer Charles Oliveira. It's Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is him. He is that guy, and he will finish Charles Oliveira in 3 rounds or less. I was talking to my brother amongst other people, and I kept hearing these blasphemies. A lot of people think, a lot of people think, a second,
A lot of people think, what, sir?
gotta keep y'all in suspense for a second. A lot of people think that Ilya's grappling is somehow lacking and can't match Charles's, or Charles's grap or striking can't match Ilya's. Both of these guys can finish each other on each other's best days. Okay. These are two of the best fighters on planet Earth, and both of them somehow are simultaneously being disrespected. That being said, Ilya is the best pound for pound fighter on earth right now, over Islam Makhachev. Makhachev. Islam is great. He is one of the best in the world for sure. Ilya is above him. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Just everything is so clean. And if you pay attention to the footwork, whose footwork is better? By a long shot, Ilya.
I mean, you got to think about it like this.
Footwork is the basis of all striking, of all everything stand up.
You got to think about it like this, Alan. Well, also, it's not like Charles Oliveira hasn't been dropped before. Michael Chandler dropped him, Justin Gaethje dropped him, Dustin Poirier dropped him. But they are not have that same amount of, I don't know, whatever he has in his hands, dynamite as Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria, remember what he did to Jai Herbert, bro? Like,
Yo,
he put him out. He
mhm.
put him like I'm gonna be honest, I think Ilia Topuria by knockout murder. I think
I
he
disagree
tapped
with you.
Charles.
I don't think that's how it's going to go at all.
You think that you don't think Charles is gonna get slept by him? I think Charles. his chin sometimes works. Like he can come back, but I do not think he comes back if he gets touched by Ilya Taporia. That's my personal opinion. Ilya knocked out Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski. Like, come on, bro. Ilya's gonna knock him out.
I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is Ilya is going to submit him. Just to say, the guy who has the most submissions in the UFC, I submitted him. Okay. Just for that same accomplishment that Islam Makhachev has, right? He submitted Charles most recently. Ilya is probably going to be like, I want to submit him because everybody's talking shit about my ground game. And honestly, people are disrespecting Ilya's ground game, but that is his basis. That is his building block. That's what he started with. He started with Greco-Roman. He went into jiu-jitsu. He did some judo or some bullshit, and he got his hands to be nice. And now he's the UFC champion. But underneath all of the accolades and all the titles and all the fights is the Greco-Roman foundation. You don't forget that. And then there's the finishing mechanics that he gained from jiu-jitsu. You don't forget that. You don't abandon that. That is always in your back pocket. And I think he's going to show everybody that when he fights Charles.
I definitely agree. I think Ilya's gonna put on a masterclass regardless.
You just disagreed. What do you mean you agree? You just disagreed and said
I
he was going to knock
disagree
him
on the
out.
method, Alan, but obviously we
Yeah,
both
which is
agree that
disagreeing.
we
That's
both
disagreeing. Disagree with me a little bit. Tell me
I,
your point of view.
bro, I'm telling you, I just told you my point of view. We're agreeing to disagree here because we both
Yeah,
have,
but continue it. Don't just fucking have me.
you know,
Sorry about that, guys. Cedric Duma broke back into my apartment and stole my laptop for a second. I had to ankle pick him to
yeah,
get
I
away.
mean, Alan was kind of, I forgot the name of that fighter, but Alan was kind of running away like that fighter who runs away from Norma Dumont.
Chelsea Chandler.
Yeah, Alan was Chelsea Chandlering this shit. So,
Yeah, bro. I stole his ankle monitor so he could fight, and I ran away with
but
that shit.
yeah,
Yeah, but Charles Oliveira, he is the people's champion, but I don't think he will be the lightweight champion after this fight.
no, he's not going to beat Ilia Topuria by whatever the fuck he wants, to be honest. So yeah, that's
He's
our,
just that good.
he is just like, that's our main event for the
Yep.
vacant lightweight championship. And
Absolutely.
our co-main event, Alan, is the
Mhm.
one of the best flyweights of all time right now. Alex,
Probably the best.
probably the best, yeah.
Maybe number two.
Alexandre Pantoja, the the UFC flyweight champion, is defending his belt against perennial contender and pretty good striker Kai Kara France.
Knockout artist, bro. He's a
Knockout artist. He's
fucking
been on a
monster.
streak with knockouts recently. Yeah,
He's a
Kai Kara.
monster. Yeah, yeah, I agree. This is a crazy fight. Alessandro Pantoja, he is either number one flyweight or number two only to Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Also, he has the coolest custom shorts the UFC has made so far. So they're showing him finally the respect that he deserves. I think he wins this fight by submission round one.
Yeah, I think he's gonna dominate. I mean, Pantoja is pretty good so far. I mean, yeah, I would say that. I mean, the only thing is, Alan, I mean, Pantoja couldn't finish Steve Urcheg, and Kara France kind of did finish Urcheg.
Yeah.
So I think it
But
might be a little
again,
more.
it's not rock,
I
paper,
think Pantoja
scissors.
could get the
I mean, it
submission.
is rock, paper, scissors. It's not like I beat you, then you beat him. That means I beat him. Like we see the shit all the time. You know what I'm saying?
True, but I think that okay, my personal prediction is submission second or third round.
Okay, but still submission.
Yes.
Okay, okay. By Pantoja. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, by Pantoja, yeah.
Okay, okay. This next fight, this one had us very hyped when we had our boy Mike Aswell join us last time. The day after that podcast, we get the news. Was it the day after? Maybe. Okay, it was around that time. We get the news. Brandon Royval is fighting his boy Joshua Van for the number one contender of the flyweight division.
It's
That spot.
been amazing. Yeah.
This is the title eliminator right here. Joshua Van, he is fighting on less than a month's notice, basically. He fought in Newark about 2 weeks ago.
Second
He knocked
pay-per-view in a
out,
row.
yeah, second pay-per-view in a row. Second main, no, last time he was a feature fight. Now he's on the main card, getting that respect that he deserves. and he won last time by knockout over Bruno Silva. I got that crazy video of it. If you didn't see it, check out our Instagram. Fire video.
Combat Sports Report with the Z.
That's what's up.
Shout that out now.
Follow us, please. Thank you.
Subscribe
And
to our
he,
YouTube as well. We'll do the plug. We'll do the
yeah,
plug now.
do the plugs. Yeah, so he really hurt Bruno Silva with some body shots and then finished him to the head against the cage. But he's going against Brandon Royval.
Yeah,
Royval is no joke.
raw dog, raw dog.
Bro, dog. I was gonna say some fucked up shit, but I'm not going to because it's late and I don't want those problems. But Brandon Royval is a good fighter pretty much everywhere. I think Joshua Van's boxing is a lot more solid. I think his footwork is way better than Brandon Royval, and people don't talk nearly enough about footwork in MMA. In MMA, footwork is one of the most crucial things that you can build or improve in the fight game. Like that is like your building blocks. Where are you as opposed to your opponent? So Joshua Van has a really good read on where his opponent is. He's really good at keeping the distance. His proprioception, like his ability to know where shit is, and where the fence is, where your opponent is, where the ref is. He knows where everything is very well. Brandon Royval, I would say, probably has the advantage when it comes to straight up like jujitsu. When it comes to wrestling, I don't know. I think it's about even. I'm leaning Joshua Van on this one,
Yeah,
honestly. Like
honestly, and not
Royval
without
has crazy
bias.
kicks and knees, but
Without
he's
bias,
got it.
yeah,
We're definitely biased for
we
sure,
are. Yeah, a little bit for sure.
for sure. But
But
does that mean we're wrong?
Joshua Van, I think, gets it done, man. I think, but I don't know about by finish, but decision. I can see that.
Yeah, I think Josh Van by decision also. Actually, I could see him.
I
Okay,
don't know, man. I think it's by decision.
I could see him. Do I see him finishing Royval?
Nah,
Listen,
dude.
the way he surgically picks apart everybody he fights, I could see it. Honestly, I could see Josh Van finishing basically anybody in the flyweight division right now that's not named Alessandro Pantoja. And even then, the hands are crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy. He has pretty good technique. I think Joshua Van, like you, gets the win. He's gonna prove all of them. He's gonna put his fucking name on the map. Joshua Van, fearless. He's coming.
He's putting Myanmar on the map of MMA.
Yeah.
The only Myanmarian, formerly
Burmese, I think.
Burma,
I don't remember what it's called.
Burma is what it used to be called. I don't know if it's politically correct to call people Burmese anymore. I don't fucking know how that shit works.
Yeah,
He's
whatever. We're
putting
not here for
Myanmar on the map.
politically.
That's what he's doing. He's putting Myanmar on the map. And props to him. It takes a lot of balls and it takes a lot of weight to carry your country
No,
on
I
your
agree.
shoulders like that. And he's doing it with class. So props to him.
Yeah. So that's our featured fight of the night,
Hell yeah.
the title
Then
fight. Then
yeah.
we got a
Then
really good lightweight fight.
I got into some online beefs about this one.
Okay, wanna shed us some light on this little Gossip Girl bit.
Gossip Girl, we gotta work on your repertoire of
Nah, bro,
idioms
this guy's gossiping with
and
people about the fights.
Gossip Girl is crazy, bro. Oh yeah,
Okay, maybe a little bit.
I'll spill the tea. I'll spill the tea. I'll spill the tea. All right, just because you asked in a weird ass way. Happy Pride Month. Spill the tea. Lightweight bout.
Everyone.
Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. I'm hearing all this stupid bullshit about how Beneil Dariush is gonna chin Moicano because he has so much more power than him.
Uh,
A, maybe he has power when he swings like wild overhands, but Moicano is better at throwing straight punches down the pipe, and I think it's gonna touch Beneil too many times on the ground. See Moicano honestly just being a little bit more active than Benny at this point. Benny's a little bit older. I don't know that he's going to chase to defend these positions as much as Moicano's going to chase to attack them given the opportunity.
yeah,
Now,
dude.
you can't sleep on Beneil Dariush's grappling. He competed at the highest level. I'm pretty sure he competed in I don't know if he competed in ADCC, but he competed in like Worlds or some shit. He has really good jiu-jitsu accolades, and he is not to be trifled with. But
I agree.
Moicano by knockout round two,
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking this.
ground and pound specifically.
I like that. I
I
also,
like Benny, bro. I like Benny, but I just think Moicano's too young and hungry. He just fought Makhachev. Who's
dude,
gonna
that
be
was
worse than
crazy.
that? Who's gonna do worse to you than Makhachev did?
Yeah. I think he makes a comeback for sure. I think Renato Money Moicano makes the comeback.
Moicano
Like,
wants money.
no. But yeah, Alan, so then our next fight, I guess we're talking about, or we can briefly mention, is two formerly undefeated guys, Peyton Talbot and Philippe Lima. Great fight. Who do you got?
Those are interesting. Felipe Lima is a minus 180 favorite. Peyton Talbot is a plus 150 underdog. I honestly have Peyton Talbot
Yeah,
to win by finish.
I think Peyton Talbot like didn't come out good in his last fight, but he fought Raoni Barcelos. That guy's no
He
joke.
fought a world-class wrestler and a veteran of the sport of MMA.
Yeah,
How many fights does Felipe Lima is okay,
14 and 1.
14 and 1, and he has seven finishes, so 50% finish rate.
I
Then
think
you
Peyton,
have Peyton Talbot, who's 9 and 1, and he has eight finishes.
yeah, all of his except one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Peyton Talbot by knockout round two.
I think that's pretty accurate. I think it's on the feet, though. I don't think it's ground and pound.
Yeah, I think it's on the feet too. I think he drops Lima. No disrespect, because like Lima is good too. Lima is well-rounded, I would say. Um, Peyton Talbot is very good though. Peyton Talbot is like people saw how good he was, and then he lost once, and then all the entire hype train died. I think that's all bullshit, and I think he's way better than people are giving him credit for right now.
Yeah, I think Peyton Talbot's gonna put his name back on the map, and it's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be a good one. Alan, let's do. I want to get your. They're not as big as some of the other ones here, but uh, what do you think about? Give us your speed predictions here. Who do you think, Hyder Emil or Jose Miguel Delgado? Speed.
Hyder Emil.
Okay, tell me why in 3 words.
3 words is a stretch, but
Okay, 5 words.
Hyder Emil. Why does it say Hyder Emil still undefeated? I thought he lost his last one.
No, no, we won.
Okay, so Hyder Emil is undefeated. He has more experience. Um, and he has crazy power, bro. He likes to trade. I don't
Yeah.
think Jose Delgado is going to catch him. I think
Okay, that's the
Hyder Emil by
Allen.
knockout.
That's the Allen speed prediction for that one. What about Hermanson Rodriguez?
Um,
You think RoboCop gets it done?
how old is Hermanson?
I think he's getting up there in age, man.
He's got to be. See, this is the thing. Hermanson's the only guy to beat Joe Pyfer. If you beat Joe Pyfer, you cannot be slept on. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Jack Hermanson by decision.
Okay. I respect that.
He's
Uh,
just gonna weather the storm in the beginning and then
yeah,
like
true. People
grapple with.
do. Remember Cannonier weathered the Gregory Rodriguez storm and it just came back? Yeah, totally.
It, Rodriguez's last fight. He gassed out. Who did he fight? Who was the?
Cannonier. He gassed out against Cannonier in that main event,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He gassed exactly. He gassed out. He lost steam, and then he had the power wasn't there anymore. It's
Yeah.
a 3 round fight though. That's dangerous. But Jack Hermanson by decision.
Okay, and then quick on this one though. Cortez Araujo. Vivian Araujo, Tracy Cortez.
Cortez by decision.
I agree. I don't really got much else to say.
Maybe Araujo by finish.
That's
But I think
also that's accurate. I like that.
which one
Which one? I think that Tracy Cortez gets it by decision.
was the rain when you need it?
I don't think it works for me. But yeah, quick.
Whatever.
That's my quick prediction for that women's flyweight bout. This one, Alan, I think this one has a potential maybe for fight of the night. These or well, actually no, not fight of the night. I said that wrong. Performance of the night. I think someone gets finished in this fight. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
my God.
McKinney and
Terrence
Borshlev. Someone,
Terrence McKinney versus Vyacheslav Borshev.
someone's getting fucking finished.
Borshev wins by knockout.
Yeah.
Terrence McKinney's very reckless. Terrence McKinney goes crazy fast in round one. I wonder if he's going to slow that down for this fight. If he does, then I favor McKinney. If he doesn't, Borshev by knockout because Borshev is good at catching people when they're reckless, and McKinney is reckless.
I agree. Borshev, I think he's gonna be more patient. I think McKinney's gonna try to wildly throw large ones so he could try to get like a good performance. I mean, he does have the fastest knockout in the lightweight division against a guy like Matt Frevola. Matt Frevola is legit. So
7 seconds.
7 seconds, yeah. So don't
But
under,
Borchev's not going to allow that to happen. He's not going to walk right in there. He's going to feel
oh
him
no.
out. He's going to gain his space. This next fight is super interesting, though. Nico Price versus Jacob Smith.
Yeah, bro.
That fight is crazy. Oh my! Do you see the odds on this?
Yeah, what the fuck? Minus 3,000 for Jacoby Smith. I mean, Jacoby's a vicious knockout artist. I'm pretty sure he
Dude,
knocked
he's
someone out.
not. He's not really just a knockout artist, bro. You can't
He has
make all
eight
of that.
knockouts and zero subs.
Do you see the way he wrestles?
Yeah, but his last four fights, Alan, three out of the four are first round KOs. One is a second round KO. The second round KO was the contender. His he knocked out Preston Parsons in the first round, bro.
Preston Parsons, he knocked out.
Yeah, first round.
I'll take it back. Artiste of the knockout variety. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad. I didn't know. I didn't know your accolades like that, Jacob Smith. Yeah, I think there's a reason this is three minus 3,000, and I think this is Nico Price's last UFC fight.
Yeah.
However, if you're on a crazy hedge, if you're a degenerate like me, throw a couple bucks on Nico Price. He is also the most weirdly proportioned human being on the UFC
Yeah,
roster.
that's true.
His arms are longer than his body, so
He's kind of
I am.
wild too.
He is wild. He has an upkick knockout. He has wins over serious guys. Uh, he he has a win over Vicente Luque, right?
Pretty sure. Or no, no, no. I think Vicente beat him.
Oh, okay. Well, he fought very experienced guys, and I think he could potentially use it to his advantage. Do I think this is a sleeper um, underdog? Do I think this is a live underdog? Yes. Is it worth those odds? Hell yeah. Throw a couple bucks on him.
Yeah,
Bro, 15 to 1?
that
Okay.
is pretty good.
Throw 100 bucks on him. If he wins, 1,500 bucks. See, yeah. All right.
So,
That was, yeah.
I'm gonna. Well, I'm not necessarily not gonna do this in order, but I want to shout out a middleweight fighter. There's two undefeated middleweight fighters opening up our card. Christopher Ewart. He
Fire.
fought in Fury like Mike Aswell. He's 7-0 undefeated. Shout out to him. He follows the page. Good
Yo,
luck.
shout out to you, bro.
Good luck this weekend, Christopher. We're gonna be rooting for you. His opponent, though, is no slouch, though. I mean, Allen, 6-0, three knockouts, three subs. Pretty good
Okay.
opening fight. Two undefeated stars.
That's very interesting for sure. 100% finishing rate is it's usually when you get to the UFC that you get tested though. So we'll see what happens with this one. I have a
Yeah,
feeling it goes decision.
I think so
Just
too.
because of that.
I think Christopher Ewart by decision.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yo, what if one of them catches the other one?
That'd be pretty crazy.
Such a That's such a crazy statement that I just made. What if one of them catches the other one? No fucking shit. The
Yeah,
whole point of MMA. It's
exactly. And
a
then
long day, but I think it could be interesting in the heavyweight
last
classes.
fight though, Alan. Formerly undefeated Jonata Danitz. He's fighting a debuting undefeated heavyweight fighter, Alvin Hines. We've interacted with him a little bit before. He's 7-0. He's fought in LFA. He's had some finishes. I think um Honestly, I think Janata gets this one. I think Janata wants to make a comeback. He's a pretty slick kickboxer. I mean, I've seen Alvin
Hines
Hines.
is what?
He's 7-0.
How many of them are finishes?
I remember recently he's gotten a knockout. Uh, three knockouts and three subs, so only one fight has gone to decision.
And you're not that Denise is coming off a loss?
Yes, but that loss was to, I think it was Derek Lewis.
Mhm.
Let me check.
I think so. I think you're right.
No, no. He got knocked out by Marcin Tybura in the second
Really?
doctor stoppage, yeah. But he's beat Carl Williams by decision, Jonathan Deniz. He's knocked out Austin Lane in round two,
Mhm.
knocked out Eduardo Neves in round one, a former heavyweight champion of LFA in the Dana White Contender Series. Uh,
I'm going Hines. 7-0, 6 finishes.
yeah.
Jonathan got cut, which means he gets caught.
Jonathan Deniz has seven knockouts out of eight wins.
What's that last one? Decision?
Yeah.
Basically the same thing.
And his
I'm
only
going
loss is also by knockout. So maybe Alvin Hines by knockout? Or maybe
very
decision.
possible. Very possible. I'd go knockout on this one. I'd take the under for this fight.
Okay. So Alan, that's our full pay-per-view card for this weekend. It's gonna be a slap fest of fights. I'm not making any.
Slap fest of fights, but I'm the one who needs to work on my
Yeah, okay. I
on
need to work
my
on mine too. But
slap slap. What the fuck is a slap
I
fest?
don't know. I was like, yeah. But yeah, so we have a whole cadre of good fights for you.
Cadre.
You know what?
Pride of fights.
We're tired, bro. But
Yes, we
that's
are.
yeah, that's our pay-per-view. Alan, is there anything else that you want to shout out for this upcoming week? Do you have a fighter in particular you're most excited to see at all? Or
I know we predicted against him, but I'm most excited to see Charles Oliveira perform.
yeah, I think he,
I do not care if he wins, if he loses. I'm a fan of his for life.
me too.
He is a stud of a human being and a stud of a fighter. And I hope he proves me wrong and becomes champion again, honestly.
Hall of Famer for sure.
Honestly, he Hall of Famer, but I can't root against either one of these guys. I want both of them to win. There are really good storylines in this history of MMA. Charles, came up from nothing from the favelas, became the best, became the champion. But that was after like a long, grueling career in the UFC with losses and wins and this and that
Yeah,
and
he went
back and
out on
forth for
top.
like 10 years.
And he has the most finishes and submissions in UFC history.
Illuminated by God.
He's a record holder, yeah. So,
He's illuminated by God, bro. And privileged to watch him perform while he's still active in the sport.
damn,
So
bro.
thank you, Charles. And the day you retire from MMA is going to be a very sad day. So
It will be.
thank you.
It's true legend.
Hell yeah. That being said, support you by submission.
Yeah. That's our that's our favorite, well, most excited fighter that Alan is hyped to see.
Yeah. I'm
But
I'm conflicted. I really hoped this fight wouldn't even get made. I wanted it to be Taporia versus Makhachev, but
Makhachev was moving
okay.
up though. He's fighting Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah, I think Jack Della Maddalena wins that fight. I think everybody's sleeping on him.
I think so too. I mean, he surprised us with Bilal. I mean, I figured he was gonna win anyway, but yeah. So I'm honestly hyped for this main event than any other in a while, to be honest. I mean, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Marab too.
That was a sick fight
It
to
was a
watch.
sick fight, but like, I don't
Sick
know.
fight. Sick card to be there alive for.
Yeah, this guy was
I,
there.
I
But
gotta just keep bringing that up because it was the best live event I've ever been to in my life.
yeah, it was definitely a good one, and we're gonna be seeing what two legends of the game have to offer. I mean, I'm pretty excited for this pay-per-view main event. It's gonna be one for the fucking books.
One for the fucking books. Yeah,
Fucking
guys.
books.
Yeah, one for the
So,
fucking books.
do you have anything else for us, Alan?
Alon is crazy. Um, Dimkai has agreed to start doing jujitsu. And he also has agreed to donate a portion of his earnings as a professional fighter to kids with cancer. So thank you, Simkai. We're really looking forward to you contributing all this support and getting this training in now that the city is officially like under communist rule. And so we appreciate it. We shout you out and we salute you, Simkai. That's a big mitzvah you're doing. Thank you.
But yeah, so guys, we mentioned it before. Follow us on our socials, Instagram, we said it before. YouTube, we said it before. We're also going to be throwing in some great fighter interviews, hopefully on the way for you. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's all, folks. Y'all can go home. Thank you for stopping by, and we love you. Follow the page, like, comment, subscribe. Comments on the videos of me roasting Simkai's terrible idioms and all that shit. And yeah, we'll see you here next time. See you after the fights. Love you. Thank you. Peace.